What is up, you guys? Shazane here, back with another trading video. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas. We got a nice day off and a half day before that. Personally, I don't really like days off from the market because I like trading a lot, so it kind of sucks in my opinion. But we were back today, made a quick $109 today. So nothing serious, but I really just wanted to stress that you don't need a lot of people think you need a lot of money to make profit in the stock market, but really I traded this today with just about a $900 position size, and at one point I was up over $150, but I didn't really lock that in. I got a little bit greedy. So I didn't get the best exit on this trade, but I got a pretty good entry. And yeah, so I woke up at around like 10:30 today because I actually thought that I didn't have funds available to trade. But when I woke up, I just checked my TD Ameritrade account and there was $900 sitting in there. I have a cash account, so whatever I didn't trade the previous day, whatever money I didn't put into any stock, it is left there for me to trade with. So I had $900 to trade with today. I was like, okay, let's look for something. And VTVT had already, this is a stock we're looking at, VTVT, it had already run upwards of 100%. And actually, when I saw this, I was thinking that maybe it was going to be sort of like an all-day climber kind of thing because you have stocks like this occasionally that, set higher lows. So you can see here like higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then somewhat of a higher low. And then they can do this like over and over again all day until they run upwards of like 500 to 1,000%. So I got a little excited. I thought we might be seeing something like that, but eventually it ended up coming on back down, not really continuing to set higher lows. So I was like, okay, well, we can still look for a play on this. Um, and basically, what ended up happening is, so I saw it somewhere around over here, and there wasn't really anything that I saw worth trading at this point. You could have done like, so resistance was here, and then this area held as support. So this was a nice bounce play, but I didn't. Actually, no, I woke up at like 10:30, so I saw it like over here. But that could have been a nice entry based on those areas. So the play I ended up taking was more along this area over here. And you can see basically that support was holding pretty nicely all throughout here. And it cracked below it a little bit, but the thing that I liked about it is typically when you have a stock on the backside, so the front side is when it's moving up, backside is when it is coming on down. If it cracks below a key level of support on the backside, then typically you'll see like a massive sell-off and a huge panic, and people will just sell and shorters will come in. But this bounced back really quickly, and what I noticed is that, because I was watching it here too, I noticed that I did the same thing here. And I've said this before, but stocks tend to have personalities where they will do something and then repeat themselves. So you'll have stocks that are typically known to be like short squeezers, or they trap shorts basically, or they can trap long. So you want to sort of identify those personalities and those traits earlier on as soon as they happen, so that if you miss out on that one, you can always play the next one because more than likely it will occur again. So basically what I did is I was looking for this area to hold, did below it a little bit, so I was thinking about taking an entry right around here, but I just waited to see if it would come back up, and it did. So I took an entry right around like 260, I think 261, and basically just held it until it broke, until like the 295, 295-ish area, and then it wasn't really breaking $3, and I ended up selling. I tried to get filled around 294. I ended up getting filled at like 289 or something like that, and then immediately afterwards it broke for like a split second. So I could have made a little bit more money. As I said earlier, I was actually up about $150, and if I held till the very top, which that's, it's not likely that you will do that, but I always like to just imagine what would have happened if I did. It could have been around $200 off of like a $900 position, which is a really good return on investment. And that's why I want to sort of point out today is that you don't need like 5, 10, $15,000 to get started. Obviously, the more you have, the more you can make, but it doesn't hurt to grow a small account. by having really good risk management and just playing patterns with higher winning percentages where risk is already low. So buying at support, your risk is already really low. If it cracks below support, you can get out rather than buying at the break of resistance, because then your risk is going to probably be back at support where you'll be losing a lot more if it does come back down to that area. So that's just one of the things I wanted to point out. And yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Um, I will do so. I will do potential plays for Monday. I think market should be open on Monday. Monday is New Year's Eve. It might close early, but I'm pretty sure it's early. And then Tuesday is actual New Year's when the market will be closed. But VTVT, I'm keeping that on my list. If it breaks above probably like the 250 area, I might look to go long on it. And also WATT, that stock, um, that stock ran, I think about 100, a little over 100% yesterday. If you include pre-market, yeah, I ran about 100%, and then ended up coming all the way back down, including today. But typically, when a stock moves that much and then gives everything back, if it um, well, you'll tend to see bounce spikes, and so I'll be looking for something like that on Monday if it can hold support and break through some resistance. So that's going to be my go-to play probably at market open on Monday if I like what I see. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else. AWSM, maybe, similar story with VTVT. Possible play for Monday. I'll see how it looks like pre-market, and then Monday might have some like news and stuff like that for other stocks. So I might just end up playing one of those. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video, guys. Um, Very important to one thing is identifying like the personalities of stocks. So like another example is ADIL. This stock is a short squeezer. So what you'll see here, let me remove this. Ignore this. This is useless. What you'll see here is that it cracks support around this area, had this massive sell-off, ends up coming like right back on up, and then similarly, so like um, pre-market on this day had a high up here, ended up tanking on back down, and then sort of just taking off. And then over here also, nice panic, massive sell-off, ends up squeezing all those people right on out. So yeah, that's kind of like an example of a stock that short squeezes. It's not as drastic as some others can be, like when ASNS was doing that back. This was a while ago. I actually don't even know if you'll be able to see it so well anymore, unless we can pull it up on the 1 hour. Oh, you just miss it on the 1 hour chart. But basically, it was spiking, giving like almost everything back, and then it would take all that profit and make a run for it to the upside and squeeze all the shorts in there. So that's just a couple things you want to look out for. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video, guys. $100 on VTVT with just about $900 invested. You do not need a lot of money to make money in the stock market, at least penny stocks. Um, you can do it honestly. You could do it with even as little as something like $500, but um, that's just kind of a hassle to grow and to start with. So I would recommend starting with at least a grand. But the point is that you can make money. You want to be like today. I made over 10% on my position, which is good. But yeah, so if you're making 10%, even with $500, you'll make $50. You just have to find key levels, key entry levels with low risk, and yeah, just know like basic trading psychology and chart patterns and stuff like that. Um, yeah, one final thing, if you guys don't know, I have a course available on my site. I will include the link in my bio. It basically breaks down everything you need to know if you don't know a single thing about penny stocks. It breaks it all down for you, and then it builds up on those topics and gets more and more advanced and starts teaching like the more advanced patterns and strategies that I use in trading and the psychology behind them as well. So today my play was pretty basic, like a basic support and resistance play because I didn't have too much money and I was just kind of bored looking for something to trade, so I did that. But typically, I will look for other patterns and strategies that are a bit more advanced, and the trading psychology behind them is quite more complex and complicated. But the percentage gains and returns on those are a lot more. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. I have like a free sample available that if you want, you can email me and I will send one to you just to see if you like it or not. And yeah, that'll be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a happy new year, and I will catch you guys in the next video.